YouTube, this is Gundude73 making another knife video, and today we're looking at a buck knife, and the knife in particular is the Buck 301 Stockman Chairman Series. Now, this is a very nice Stockman from Buck, as most three-bladed Stockmans have. This features a clip point blade, spade blade, and a sheep's foot blade. They are all hollow ground from Buck's 420 HC, which is a pretty good steel because they use the heat treat developed with Paul Boss, one of the best heat treaters in the knife world. So for the steel grade, it holds its edge pretty well in my experience. The inside of the knife there came very clean from the factory, which is quite nice. There's no grime, no extra grease. It's very nicely polished and shiny in there, which I like. The back springs are nice and flush in the open and closed position. You can see it's sort of raised because it's halfway open. But very nice job there on the fit and finish. These scales are made of cherry diamond wood, which is a wood that's been resin impregnated, so it's essentially impervious to the elements. The bolsters here are nickel silver, and they're what Buck calls comfort craft, which means they're rounded off so they're not uncomfortable in your hand or in your pocket. They're also integral to the liners, so you can see the liner underneath this diamond wood scale is actually the same material as this liner, all one piece on both sides. So that's a nice bit of machining on Buck's part. I really like that. Out of the box sharpness was very, very good. On par with Spyderco, I would say, if you're familiar with their knives. All blades were hair-popping sharp, which I really, really like. You know, some companies just don't get that right. Buck did a great job on sharpness. The price on this, it's about, I think, $35. Buck's MSRP is $54, and I actually bought it from Buck, and they had a 40% off coupon on their website during December 2010, so it was essentially the same as buying it from a dealer. So by buying it directly from them, you can see the date on here is 12/9/2010, so it was made just, you know, a month and a half ago, roughly, from the filming of this video. And yeah, it's a really, really nice piece. I've always liked Stockmans. They're probably my favorite traditional knife pattern. So that's sort of what I like to. I'd probably want to collect those. Preferably the large Stockman. That's my favorite, I would say. So a quick size comparison here. This is 3 7/8 inches closed, so just under 4 inches closed. And here is an SE Izula fixed blade. So you can see this isn't a terribly large knife. The main thing with this, though, is thickness. It's kind of thick because each blade has its own spring, which is kind of nice, because some knives, it'll have like 2 springs, so you'll have one blade with its own spring and the other 2 sharing spring. I like that each blade has its own spring. It's kind of a nice touch. One interesting thing is the spade blade here sort of sticks out a little bit in the closed position. From what I've read, that's normal on 301 Stockman, so it's not a flaw or anything. It's not going to cut you if you were to run your finger over it. You'd have to be going out of your way, jamming your finger in there to cut it, so it's not too big of a concern for me. I think if you're after a Stockman that's made in America and you don't want to pay an arm and a leg, I would look at the Buck Stockmans. They're very nice. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.